Alrighty. About to make, these are just some, essentials back for emergency. Never overthink it. It's not that difficult. So if your power go out, it's winter, you don't have no heat, no lights, can't charge your phones, things like that. So never overthink it, it's easy. If you have a tent, I tell everybody you should have a pop-up tent in your house, maybe two of them, because you can pop them up in your living room, move the table out of the way, pop it up in the living room, pop it up upstairs, because once you put the heat in it, you're not heating up trying to heat a whole house. You're heating that space that you're in. The whole idea is that you don't have to leave your house if they didn't blow your house down or anything like that, where your house is not damaged. That keep your house from being looted and all that old stuff. Okay, first things first here. Oh, excuse me, I had to, this ain't an emergency. It's a razor because my dog decided to eat my other one. So I had to get a razor. All right, anyway. Number one, you want to make sure you always have phone contact. These power banks, they be on sale. You can get nice ones. They're always online. Anytime you get a chance, you should get as many of them as you can. Have them around the house. They charge phones. They DC power to make sure that you always can be able to charge your phone, laptop, because you can watch TV on a laptop, things like that. Like I said, if you got a tent, you pop up a tent. If not, these are the things you would need around the house. Okay, like this is a power bank. It's DC only. I keep these around. This one has a lamp on it. This is from Anchor. This actually has a light on it, so you can get around the house. This lasts a pretty long time. Plus, this can be charged by solar. I got something stuck in the solar input. It says a solar input, which is the XT60. And this is an I. XT60i makes it charge even faster. A little solar panel, so I have a little solar panel around. This is so you can do it by USB. So I stick in the XT60 and an XT60. Then I can charge it through the solar port because you'll get more input than you would from here, but either one will charge it. So you can do it XT60 to your solar panel, or you can go in your car or something like that and charge it like that. This is just an adapter. Now, see, I've got a bunch of them power banks. This is another one, just a battery. And it has USB-C, USB-A, and your typical 10 amp cigarette port. This charges by USB-C also, not solar, just USB-C, but it's a battery this will last you a long time. All right, I got another one around here from Bougie RV. It's a battery bank. This is more power, plus this has AC on it, where you can plug into it. So if you're watching a little TV, something small, 13-inch or something like that, and this will last you. Has a fan on it, keeps it cool. This is kind of dirty. I had this a while, but it has your normal cigarette outlet, USB-Cs. You have two of them. You have a USB-A. It has a screen on it, so you can see the state of charge, and also has a light on it. Try to find the ones with lights on it, because if your power go out and you need to get around your house just to find the stuff that you have saved, always remember where it is, where your emergency pack is. Try to keep everything in the same place. But here's your light to get around. And I always tell people who's this happens to, you never know an emergency, you can have children around. So think how you're going to survive and make sure the children are comfortable. These are the things that do that. They can play their games or whatever. Keep them calm down. Now, Other things you need to do is cook. So this is a regular paint can. I got these off of Amazon. And what I did with them is, I already pried the top loose, is this is regular toilet paper. I took the center out of the toilet paper, the cardboard, and I balled this up as tight as I can get it and shoved it in this can. See? It's just toilet paper. And then I took isopropyl alcohol and saturated it. When it dried, I saturated it. When it absorbed, and I don't mean dry, when it absorbed, I saturated to where this is full of alcohol. So this will make you a fire. You can do a number of things with it. You can make a rocket stove, which you can see on YouTube, but I'll make one day. I have a metal one downstairs in my basement that I keep, and I can set this in, and it'll be heat. So what you would do with this is, but I got the top off. Let me show you how it works. As you can see, this is 90% alcohol. Anywhere between 70 to 90-something% alcohol is the best way to go. Then you should always have something to start a fire with. So all you got to do is alcohol does not evaporate unless you leave it out like that. You should know that by your wipes. You ever leave your wipes open and all of a sudden they dry? That's what happens because it just evaporated. All right. So all you got to do is like this. There you go. This one lasts forever, actually. As you can see, I got 3 of them, but I got them all around. So you can do a number of things with that. It's for heat. It can be a rock. Like I said, I would make a rocket stove for it. That way it sits in. And always try to set it on some type of tile, brick, something that's not flammable, in case it tilts over. But you can get like a ceramic towel. That's what I would set it on. But like I said, nothing can spill out of it because it's dried in it. It's easy to turn it off. Just take the top and cover it. That's it. Put the fire out. See, it's gone. That's it. Then you put your cap back on like it's supposed to go. And it keeps it cool. It keeps it from drying out. These last years. You can keep reusing them and reuse them and reuse them. Put on backwards, huh? Oh, yeah. So you see I got 3 of them. This is something else if it's not too cold out. These are them little tiki candles. And what it does is when you light these, it keeps the heat in here, gives you a little radiant heat. Same thing like I said before. They have towel that rolls up, comes out. It's not flammable, but always try to set this stuff, safety first, always try to set this stuff on something like that. Now these little things here, so you can cook. Well, let me show you this one first. There's another heat source, which takes fuel. The heating fuels in here, like the olden days, before they had electricity, this is how they used it. So this is already full of heating oil, which I keep in there. It's not going to go anywhere, evaporate. Here's a little funnel, so you can put stuff in there. Then it has a wick in here. So all you got to do is light the wick. And then you can turn it up and down here to flame. Also, if you just want to cook on it, these flip open. Like that. And you can set a pot on here. You don't want to set it over this without these up because you'll put the fire out. As long as it's getting in air. Then you can just set, you want to make hot water. Whatever you want to do. Want to cook some hot dogs or something like that. Any type of survival thing. I keep these around the house. Also. And as I said before, batteries. These are high-end batteries, but any battery, used battery, you're not trying to start a car with it, so it doesn't need the amps. You're just trying to use the capacity in it for lighting. So A regular car battery, like an AGM or a lead acid battery, has 105 amp hours in it, which is over 1,280 watt hours in a battery. Usually those lead acid batteries and them AGM batteries, when they get below 50%, they damage them because they made them specifically. Those batteries are made specifically to start motors, to start combustible motors. It has a big plate in them, and when you turn your key, it sends a charge through that plate, which jumps the amps up, so it'll be able to start the car. So usually, like people like, when my lights came on, because the battery don't have enough amps generated through that plate to start the vehicle. But other than that, they might say the battery's bad, but as you notice, when you go buy a new battery, they always say bring the core, because they fix those batteries and they resell them to you. You think they new and they're not really new. They just fix them. Then they sell them. I see some places they sell them used. You can get them for $40 or whatever. I have them everywhere. Here's the one here. As you can see, that says used battery. And I got that at AutoZone. And I had these for years. I got one in every room, just so I can have quick light. But since then, that's the way I used to do it. But since they came up with lithium batteries, which people are scared of, the first lithium batteries they came out with they were lithium ion, which is the most popular one out now. They're in every car except a Mercedes, a Tesla 3, and I think a Volvo if I remember. But every car has lithium ion because they're more dense. So they have more power to be able to move a car. The new mixture that's more safer is lithium ion phosphate. But all of them is lithium. It's just a mixture they put in lithium. They're more stable, but they're not as dense. So that's how come you don't really see them in many cars. Like I said, they have the one Mercedes, and it's always going to be the Tesla 3 because it's the low end. It won't be able to push their bigger ones. The Tesla 3 has lithium ion phosphate, but they're more stable, and you can charge them all the way to 100% all the time. So you can go all the way to zero, from zero all the way back to 100. There's a 24 volt one here. I do something different with that one, but it's the same thing. 24 volts is how you start diesel vehicles. They have two batteries in series, two 12 volt batteries in series, which makes it 24 volt. That one there is heated battery. That's if you're outside in the cold, because that can't take a charge. No lithium iron phosphate can take a charge at 32 degrees or below. So this heats itself up. When it knows it's below, it turns on some heating pads inside it. When it gets to 41 degrees, then it can take a charge. So always try to have these batteries charged if you're going to have them in storage. My rule of thumb is usually lithium ion phosphate, I would do 100. Lithium ion, around 60%, because I know car dealers tell them when they buy those cars with them lithium ions in them to never go past 80%. Number one reason they tell them that is because of warranty issues. They don't want you to come back too fast. But also the density of the battery. The top 20% of lithium is hard to charge. Its charge is slow. That the top 20%, so they always say try to charge your car to 80%. But lithium ion phosphate, you can keep it at 100%. It's always the last 20% that goes slower to charge. You think of the easy way to think of that is a crowded movie theater. When you first go in the movie theater, everybody's going to watch the movie. There's a bunch of seats. So everybody's sitting with seats, but when it gets to the last 20 seats, people are trying to find those seats, so it's slower getting to the seats that basically works the same way. Now, these are little cookers. I didn't set nothing up with these yet, but you can, because I have the bigger ones. But this is something I tell people you can keep in your glove compartment in your car, or what have you. I think I got 2 in my truck. But what these do is, get them open. They're cookers. So you better cook some food, and they do double duty. You can use them for heat. Same thing. See, I got the plastic in the same thing. You just take some toilet paper, stuff it in there, pour some alcohol on top of the toilet paper. Here's your top to put the fire out. And you got a fire. Then you get to set your pot and stuff on there. You can put a grate on it. Whatever you would like to do there, boiling water or whatever. Because steam is heat too also. These are just extra ones I have around the house. And they're easy to store. So now I have this little heater. I have a couple of heaters. If you had a power station or if you're using a battery with an inverter, I have a heater. I know y'all see these on commercials. These work really well. So say if you had a tent and you had the battery in there with an inverter, or if you're in your bedroom, shut your door. You plug this into the inverter, turn it on, then you can change the temperature on the front, and you can go down to 400 watts. I think this one goes to 800 watts, down to 4. It says it's supposed to do 200 watts. I've never seen it 200 watts. I never got it to 200 watts. Might be something I'm doing wrong, but it'd be nice if it was 200 watts because you get more out of a battery then. So if it's 400 watts, and you figure you got a 12.8 battery, which is 1280 watt hours, and this is 4, you're only getting 3 hours out of this. See, 4, 8, 12. But still, that gives you 3 hours. They give you enough. These give you enough time to think on what you would like to do next. But if you pop a tent and you're using this, you'll get more out of it because you'll be turning it off and on. It ain't trying to heat a whole room. Heat rises, that tent will be nice and warm. Now I got a light. Is it in there? Yep, here it goes. Okay. Okay, this little light bulb. This is a heating element. This didn't come with it. I put this with it myself. This is a heating element. Looks like a light bulb. Fits into a light socket. It's only 100 watts. So think of the same thing I just said. If you're in a tent, you got this little 100 watt bulb. Now you got a battery with 1280 watt hours. That's 13 hours. Because it's only 100 watts. So you'll get 13 hours keeping the tent warm. Just keep it closed up so you get no air in it. And it's to keep the tent warm. What I did was, I bought these light switches because the heat would radiate in here instead of just hanging it like that. That way it's inside here. So as it heats up, it's going to put off more heat. Because the heat will be in here now, and you hang this up. Now you got a good heat source coming out of there. Like I said, it's only 100 watt. These heating elements, I got like 4 or 5 of these around. These are excellent to have, especially if you're in a vehicle and you got issues, snowstorm or whatever. As always, remember, if you're in a snowstorm and it's snowing real bad and you turn your heat on in your car, you have to remember to get out your car to keep the exhaust pipe clear of snow. Because if it piles up with snow, your exhaust pipe, where's the exhaust going to go? It's going to go back up the exhaust pipe. You can't smell carbon monoxide. You go to sleep, you're dead. There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. You're not going to wake up. You should keep a carbon monoxide tester, which I got a new one around here somewhere. They got 10-year life batteries. I just got to find what I did with it. That you can get right off Amazon. And they have 10 years of life. The batteries are 10 years. So once you put it up, you know you're good to go. I do have one around here somewhere. I just don't know where I put it at. But next time I get on, I'll put it up. But they also have diesel heaters, which I strongly recommend. You can get them off of Temu, Amazon. You know Amazon add to it. So, but you still get them cheap. You get a nice diesel heater for a car. They call them car heaters, Chinese do. And they work out diesel fuel. They take like 1.3 gallons of diesel in them. And you can just exhaust it out the window, and they last 40 hours. They really don't put out no carbon dioxide, but I always tell people to be safe regardless. You don't want to go to sleep and then you don't wake up no more. I mean, you'll be dead. Carbon dioxide is a silent killer. So that's the main thing. Even with candles, that's just regular alcohol. You really don't have to worry about it, but I still would make sure to have a carbon dioxide tester close by. Because there's no compromise there. You will die. Just bottom line. So these are easy, quick things to remember to have around the house. So you don't have to take up much room for this stuff. I use this. This one I haven't used in a while. But these I use all the time at work. This I keep at the bottom of my steps because that's where the front door is. So I'll be able to turn the light on. What else? These just quick and easy. If you think what I'm saying, why would you spend money to go to a hotel when you're in a hotel? It's your house. So you're spending to go to a hotel, and they go up on the price every time there's a national disaster or emergency. The price seems to go up at hotels. They ain't trying to give you no deal. They're trying to make money off you for not knowing stuff like this. When you stay in your house, then you go back to your house, then looted it. When you can stay in your own house, just think, people panic when there's a national disaster. But like I said, if you had a tent, get the easy tents that just pop right up. So you're not trying to tie down. You ain't got to worry about no wind. You're indoors. So you ain't got to worry about nothing blowing it over. Just a quick pop up with a zipper. Now you made yourself a little cocoon. Hey, the homeless do it all the time. But you made yourself a little cocoon where you'll be able to keep warm, be able to think, get your thoughts together, call your family, let them know what's going on, things like that. Then once you get yourself together, you get to go outside and look and see what's going on. You'll be able to know your next move. But you'll still be able to eat, keep warm, and have some lights. That is the main thing. I guess that's my lesson for today, because I had to go around the house and find this stuff, because I have it in almost every room, different things in every room. So I was trying to do the simplest things. I got a couple of difficult things because I run a refrigerator, I can run a microwave, I can have lights in every room. I don't have to put up a tent, even though I do have one. I don't have to pop it up or anything because I have a diesel heater in every room. Here's one over here. As you can see, I got it sitting on bricks. See that one over there? That's what that is, a diesel heater. So I have it up right now because it's winter, but it's easy to take down. And also, they work off a battery. You don't need to plug them in. See, it's working off a regular old battery. See? We have a regular old battery, positive and negative to the back. And the battery running, so you don't have to worry about getting any power. This is 1280 watts. These things only burn like 24 watts, so you're getting, out of that battery, you're getting days. Out of the fuel, you're getting 40 hours at least. Then I have a cooler. Let's see what I did with the cooler here. As you can see, it's a 12-volt cooler. Same thing. It can work off a battery. So if you want to, you can't use your refrigerator, take your food out of the refrigerator, put it in the cooler. If you got days, once you have a battery right there, same thing as the AGM battery. That's the way I used to do it before lithium. And then that's a solar panel, portable. So I just put it outside, run the cord all the way to this, and it'll run it also during the daytime. Or I can have it hooked to a battery with an inverter, and it's keeping the battery charged up that's running the cooler. If you got medicine or something like that, especially older people, and you need your medicine has to be refrigerated, that's the way to go. I see I got all kind of crazy stuff. Those are heating pads. That's a DC to DC charger, which I'll say next another time. That's a 200 amp hour 12 volt battery, which is the same battery, but that's lithium. So just little stuff like that. Don't take long. You'll be able to watch TV and chill. So I just wanted to show the little things. Then you have yourself a dog. Come here. Come here. Up. You got to have yourself a little dog that needs a grooming. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.